We couldn't see much when we arrived last night, but Netsville, which is really Old Mogo Town, Gold Rush Colony, looks really amazing.
Maureen and her staff Georgina, Brian and Corey have gone out of their way to help Tumby and the crew.
Could you just tell me where we are and what it's all about?
It's quite a story. We're actually not quite 300 kilometres south of Sydney on the beautiful New South Wales south coast, just 10 kilometres south of Bateman's Bay, in a little town called Mogo. But you're actually at the original Gold Rush colony, which was known as Old Mogo Town. And this area was part of the original gold fields back in the 1850s.
What influences you to make the decision to come to a town like Mogo?
There's not too many places that you can go that will allow you to sleep 120 people. Well, Old Mogo Town is a little more than just accommodation. It's a town within the accommodation. We weren't looking at coming this way when we first found Old Mogo Town. When we decided to come to the south coast, we did decide that this was certainly worth coming to. So we sort of embraced Old Mogo Town as one of us, you could say.
You know, Tumby's thought of everything.
Yeah, Brekkie, we love those Netsville construction boys.
This year there are lots of new supporters. Josh not only bought his shiny black Hummer,
It's so cool.
but what made him really popular is the shiny white coffee machine in the back.
The big cappuccino.
Another set of route instructions and off we go again.
Josh, this big hat, SO7. Mate. Come around. Double decaf latte with a twist to go, thanks.
Ah, wild life.
Because Dad was up in the helicopter filming, I was navigating for Sue. She was driving Dad's new truck.
It's the beginning, isn't it? Ooh, Dad loves it. You're going to have to bring him back this afternoon, I think.
Another one of this year's new supporters is Jeff Johnson.
But why is he walking?
I don't know. Let's ask Tumby. He knows everything.
I did bring a gentleman along this weekend. I met this guy in Inaminka, but at the time I was there, there was a gentleman walking from golf to golf. And I said to him, how many shoes have you gone through so far, mate? And he went, none. Same pair of boots. He finished up walking the trek he was on his own, with his own communication. So when he set up a communication that he spoke usually on all night, was on a fence wire or hanging out of a tree, or he just whittled something out of a stick. To me, amazing what this guy achieved in a solo effort to just walk from the bottom of the country to the top. I was up the Gold Coast at Christmas time and I said, Jeff, you up for another walk? And he looked at me strangely and went, where are we going? And I said, well, we're not going anywhere, but you're going from east to west. And he will turn 70 before he leaves to do the trip. So Brian Mooney and myself have had several long conversations over this, and between us, we're going to pull this one off, and Jeff's going to walk from the most easterly point of Australia to the most westerly point of Australia.
What a fantastic adventure. Do you think we can talk Dad into going on that one?
Yeah, that would be wicked. Another steep climb and we're at Jarvie Lookout, where Tumby's organised morning tea. Time for a Lamington and another cappuccino.
What is it with this coffee?
I don't know.
We're here for the nets, yeah. Yeah. Not the nits, the nets, right? I've got the nets too, yeah. But the babies need nets, right? Roger that. Now we're going to get some coffee. Rack off.
Yeah, mate.
The track down the other side of the lookout was pretty steep, but not steep enough for some.
We weren't going to let them beat us. Girl power over the top. Yeah.
Even on a Sunday in the middle of the bush, there are roadworks. The Netsville Works Department is hard at it.
So doing some road works, are you?
Yeah.
Just so busy with this road here.
Yep.
Yeah, so everyone's going to have to go that way.
Yeah.
We apologise for all that, but it's just how it's got to be.
But after a little while, we worked out that if we made a donation to Nets, the road was suddenly opened.
Hey Ellie. Yeah, Mad Dogger? Are we going the right way? Over. Yeah, we've gone 4.2 clicks and turned right at Bear and Willis Drive. That's here. Then 1 kilometre TL and voila, Netsville. See? Okay, you win.
I saw some men dressed up as convicts. What are they doing?
Well, Ellie, I was as surprised as you were. When I arrived at Old Mogo Town Gold Rush Colony and saw people in convict garb, I thought, what are my staff doing? Then I realised it wasn't my staff at all. It is in fact part of the NETS team who are creating the most amazing shade area at our swimming pool. So now, when they swim, when it's stinking hot in summer, they're going to have some wonderful shade cloth, and of course we'll have some information about nets, and they'll not only go home educated about our past, but they'll go home educated about nets.
Solidarity.
While they were working, Amy from Car 14 tried to teach us how to crack a whip. These country girls can just do it without thinking. Kane was having a go too. I almost broke my arm.
Yeah, right. If you'd listened, you'd have done it. Anyway, then later, there was a ceremony. It was the planting of the lone pine tree in remembrance of the Anzacs.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old.
Age shall not weary them.
Oh, like the ceremony at the RAF base in Windsor?
Yeah, it's become a tradition. It began 2 years ago when Brian Mooney dedicated a lone pine at Hill End on Anzac Day, and on this event, we're planting 2 of them. One on the first morning at Windsor, and one here at Old Mogo Town.
I feel that the seedling is a living memory of the Anzacs. It may not look much now, but I assure you there's a lot of heritage behind it. And hopefully the kids that come through here, and even the adults, get a lot of information from the plaque. A combined project was undertaken by NETS4WD4KIDS. We were assisted by the people from Old Mogo Town and allowed to plant this tree here today. And I feel it's a huge honour and a privilege for us to be allowed to plant this tree in the centre of Old Mogo Town.
Oh, check it out! Meanwhile, Netsville Airlines was at it again. Kelly, Paul and Matt were at the local footy ground organising joy flights for anyone who had ready cash for nets.
Brian from Mogo Town was given a joy flight for his birthday. It was the first time he had ever been in the air.
How was that?
Oh, that was awesome.
Is that the first time you've seen Old Mogo Town from that view?
Yeah, it's the first time I've been off the ground, mate.
It's been the first time you've been off the ground?
Yeah, in airplane really, and that was great. I was unreal, walking all the local area and all the people. Yeah, it was great.
I hope it's made your day.
Oh, it's made me the week, month, you name it. Thanks, guys. It was the best birthday present I've had for I can't remember when.
Great. Well, congratulations. Thanks very much.
Netsville Airlines turned out to be really popular in Mogo. They worked all afternoon raising money for nets.
And giving people the ride of their lives.
So, how was it?
Fantastic. Was it great? Awesome.
Steve, is there a monetary target for this weekend?
Oh, there's always a monetary target, but since the chopper's donated his time, he now carries the target. The sky is the limit fundraising.
The helicopter can't fly at night, so the last joy flight of the afternoon was back to Old Mogo Town. Everyone had a great time.
How was that? What was that like?
It was good.
Yeah? Yeah.
But if you ask me, I reckon Matt had the best time of all.
Talk about coming in on last legal light. Perfect. That was a nice approach. The winds died down. It was beautiful.
Steve, what makes this weekend so appealing to everyone?
Matty, it's a drive in the bush with friends you possibly haven't even met yet. But to answer your question with a question, why did you come?
It seemed so fun. Like, it looked like so much fun that I could go out with my dad, spend some time, go through the bush. I love four-wheel driving. I love driving, full stop. But I guess even more so, it means that I can help raise awareness for something while doing something I love.
You made your old man cry.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why most people do come. You've hit the nail right on the head. And the fact that we're raising money in amongst having all this fun is the bonus we all love to accept.
So, John Paul Young, we've had enough of him. We've sacked him. We've got Floyd from Pink Floyd, as you see, as our entertainment for tonight. Thank you.
The surfboard, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this surfboard has been hand painted. This is a one-off. 40 years. That's 640, 640, 660 there, $660. It's 80 quickly. $680. Well, yeah. It's going to take you a week to find your mobile phones, mate. Thanks very much. Good on you. 300 there. That's where I'll be cheating you with that 300 there. Love is in the air. Love is in the air. Thank you very much. Stand by, superhuman on his way. Big morning.
Unfortunately, we have to leave Old Mogo Town today. We've learnt so much about the area and, I guess, our heritage. And there's been gold panning, you've seen old jails, places where people could stay. You know, all these different things that people didn't know about until you came here and you just had a look around and you just go, wow, that's awesome. But as Maddie said, unfortunately we have to leave, but it has been wicked.